Welcome to official SL TV channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my video and press the red button. Please help me to share my video.
There's another interest. When it comes to the fuel, our government does not have a good price. The only thing, you should not sell above 27.3. When it comes to the voice calls we make in the mobile sector, they have a floor price. It shows how inconsistent this government has been inflicting problems on the people. You know, when they created the floor price of calls at that time, this was when QCell was coming in, and they were almost taken off the market. To frustrate investment, they created the floor price. But when it comes to fear, which determines the economy, which determines price and everything, it doesn't have a floor price. Inconsistency is the watchword. But let me come to this. Our problem is not as huge as we see it. Just that we have a government that does not listen. And because they've not listened, they've not just wrecked the current economy we have, they've wrecked the future of our kids. How do you continue as a government in a state where you pay almost 61% of the revenue on local debts, and you're convenient? You still continue taking more loans, and these are not effective loans. The wage bill, interestingly, if you look at the number of people who have been employed, and it's not that we've employed more people, no. The percentage from 2018 to now, we've not employed more people. What we did is we fly in people, and we pay them 1,000 times what the original, where somebody was paid like 3,000 newly now. Now you come to employ somebody and you pay that person $3,000 equivalent. So you see the wage bill going up. The employment numbers are the same, or maybe just 1 or 2% increment. So you ask yourself, why are we so helpless to the people who have entrusted this nation into our hands? You talk about economic diversification, which has always been the first word I had from President Bio when he came to Parliament. Looking at the current status, we can no longer continue to exist as a country depending on the mining sector. Therefore, I am going to diversify the economy into agriculture and the tourism sector. Ironically, look at the budget in, budget out. The amount allocated to the tourism sector is laughable. How do you hope to diversify an economy where the area you want to diversify the economy is starved of funds? Go to agriculture. We've talked about the Tomabom project for 7 good years. You know, the last time I visited Tomabom, I lost hope. The reason is there is a market site built at Tomabom where after producing the rice, this will be like the local area where they sell the rice to the people. Now 10 flour shop they build. 10 flour shop. By the building themselves, they cannot accommodate more than 40 bags of rice each. And this is where we sell to the local people within the area, and for people moving, if I'm coming from Freetown, I want to buy in large quantity. These are the 10 local shops that sells to the public. It tells you, I'm not sure that the entire project is a failure. It ended up in Anti-Corruption Commission, the first grant that was given to the so-called farmers. Where is the investigation? Nobody has given us a report on this. Our fight against corruption and our state institutions, like the Audit Service Sierra Leone, have not just been battered. But it pains me sometimes when we talk about the audit report and the senior people in government, including leaders in parliament, to say, oh, it's just an opinion. Give me a break. It was the same opinion that were used and people's houses are being seized. Just 2 weeks ago, they're telling us, oh, Momo Conte's house, the mother has almost been evicted. It was this same police report that were used as evidence. Today, it's a mere opinion. How sincere are us as Sierra Leoneans? How do we think? How do we actually put things together? Again, you talk about poor fiscal management. How do you have a country like Sierra Leone, which we grapple for almost everything we eat? We suffer to build an economy, and we have a president flying with a private jet all over the place. And guess what? He has a temerity to tell us, I will continue for flying. Meaning you act, go police. That is complete disrespect and disregard for the Sierra Leoneans who voted you in. Check year in, year out. How many people do we fly to hunger as a nation? We have one of the largest contingents going to the UN General Assembly every year. To do what? To puppy show, to dance in the streets of America, to show us Sierra Leone has come, to present what? Come to talk about, in fact, when you look at the current audit reports, year in, year out, they tell you almost 40% of what NRA collects does not go to the government. What has been done with this? What are the reforms? What reforms have we put in place? It has to be, it was so worse that the Minister of Finance had to come out public to say the NRA is undermining the efforts of the president. And after that, we saw a convenient silence by the Ministry of Finance. And they tell us, oh, well, this is not about what happens. NIA is building institutions, they are building capacities to ensure they're able to address issues. Again, you don't build an economy where basic amenities like water, electricity is not stable, where security of business owners is not assured. I spoke with a businessman who was in Sierra Leone and came to Parliament. He was engaging with us. He told us, he said, I want to invest. He said, but my fear is if governments change today. He said, what's my assurance of continuing business? And that is very sad. You know, this government started with a very bad footing. To borrow the words of Alfonso, President Biya has not just failed those who voted for him. He has left us as a country in a state where we have to spend a long more time to recover from the damage caused. When he's talking about Sierra Leoneans building hotels in Bo and Kenema, check those Sierra Leoneans who are building them. These are former government appointees who served in the President Biya regime who are being fired. Are they being investigated? Today we see the anti-corruption, when they accuse somebody of corruption, they go and do auditing to show if the institution is working, what it's meant to do. No, the person who has committed the corruption is now left to rest. Let's do auditing of the institution. We want to know what is happening in Parliament. In the case of Paya, no, it's not just, well, now that we've known this is what is happening, it is now left to the president to take decision whether Paya is supposed to. Are you kidding me? Is that the president Kefala we know in 2017 and 2018, 2019? You see how beautiful young people have damaged their integrity under the guise of protecting political parties. I pity them. We live in a state today where nothing seems to work. Go to agencies and departments. I will take this to the man from Ministry of Trade. Go to Standards Bureau. Unfortunately, I happen to be the chairman of Water Resources in Parliament. We took a tour going to water companies. And we're asking them, how do you do your water test? He said, through Standards Bureau. When we ask the people in Standards Bureau, how do you collect? He said, well, why go collect the water, like the plastic, and take public transport? Not even, these are institutions that are supposed to have sampling vehicles. When they take the water, the raw source, they put it in a specified. Nothing seems to be working in Sierra Leone. As the president flies, everything dies. Let's come to our photos. Your response.